Kyle Boone with CBS Sports. You guys lost 7 of your last 9 regular season games. Go and win 5 games in 5 days at the ACC tournament. Now you guys are in the Sweet 16. What changed? What helped you guys turn things around here?
I'd say our defensive mentality. I think that we've been playing way more together. Teams aren't able to just drive our gaps like they were, and they aren't just able to straight line drive us like they were. I think that we've tightened up in that aspect for sure.
Yeah, I agree with DJ. I think another big key for us is that we're not beating ourselves. We're not our own worst enemy. We're clicking, but the defense is, one of our biggest priorities. But we're kind of holding teams to one shot, one and done, and just doing different things so that it makes it tough for the opponent.
Yeah, I agree with both of them. We're not beating ourselves, and the defensive intensity has increased, and I think that just plays into, the focus level and just the connectedness all together for our team and our program has just increased, and that's what translates to the wins.
And on the right side up front?
For all three of you, you all three transferred in at different times. What was the experience when you first got to NC State, and then as a transfer, how did that impact how you would welcome in the rest of you guys as you came in?
Let's start with DJ Horne and then move down the table.
I was, being from Raleigh, I was a little familiar with NC State, but, never in the program. But so coming here, I knew some of the guys in the program, so it felt a little bit better coming in from day one. But now that I'm here, I would say it feels a lot different, especially with all the recent success we found and everything. So I would say it's been great.
Casey?
I would say coming in to State, this is my 3rd year here, and when I first got to State, our season was very unsuccessful. We only had 4 wins in the conference, and I feel like after that season, we've just gotten better and better. Last year, having a tournament appearance, finishing 6th in the league, and then this year, advancing this far. So the fact that we've gotten better and better since I've been there, or since I've been in Raleigh, it's been a great journey. It's been a roller coaster in terms of emotions, lots of ups and downs. But Raleigh is in a great position now that this is my last run.
DJ?
I'd say my experience when I first got here was a little different. I was playing behind Dusan, and it was my opportunity to be patient. When I first came here, I asked God to give me the opportunity to learn patience, and He put me right into it immediately when I came here. And I think that it's paid off now, but it was definitely a different experience from these guys coming in.
Reminder to media on Zoom, if you have a question, please utilize the raise hand feature. Next question here on your left, toward the middle.
Scott Grodsky, CBS Milwaukee, for DJ Burns. You guys have been outscoring opponents, I think, by 34 in the tournament so far, down in the paint. What kind of challenges do Oso Ighodaro and David Joplin present for you?
They're 2 guys who have the ability to shoot as well. Well, I don't forget how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to try to do that and say something crazy. But they both bring a presence, being as tall as they are and as long as they are. They're really good at doing the things that they do. Like rolling and dunking the ball. The floaters in the middle. They got a lot of good players and they got a lot of good pieces together. But they're bigs. They kind of bring them together.
Okay, now here on the aisle.
Lily Zale, Fox 6 Milwaukee. Kind of going off that question for any of you guys, when you're looking at film of Marquette and watching games, just what kind of challenges do they present?
Casey, you want to take that?
Yeah, I would say they test your defensive awareness. They do so many actions. One of the different things they do is, they use the 5-man as a ball handler. They set screens, they cut, and, they do different things on the perimeter with the 5-man. So I feel like everyone's going to be, at some point, is going to guard the perimeter. And, it's going to be a lot of different actions and rotations that we kind of got to be aware for that they do.
Okay, toward the back.
Hey there, Lane Higgins from the Wall Street Journal, and this is for all of y'all. I'm curious if any of you have any superstitions like your coach with the shoes that he's been wearing every game. Is there anything that you guys have been sticking to the last few games as you've been on this hot streak?
DJ Burns, why don't you start? We'll come back to DJ on this end.
Pretty simple for me. I just use the same playlist. I've added songs to it, but I've had the same playlist since high school that I listen to specifically before games.
I would say just before the games, I like to pray, so I keep that very consistent.
I think we skipped Casey. You want to respond?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I do both. I got the same playlist, and I pray before every game, so that's pretty much what's been my routine.
Any other questions for the three guys we do? Toward the back, on the right side.
Skylar Dixon with the AP. DJ Burns, the tournament every year seems to create kind of fan favorites through personalities, and you've kind of exuded that on camera just looking from afar. Do you sense that at all, and do you feel like you are becoming a bit of a fan favorite? And kind of related to that, is any NIL opportunities come out of what you all have done so far in the tournament?
Yes, sir. I'm not going to speak on the NIL thing just because there's still some things that need to be, finalized before we speak out on it. But as far as the whole fan favorite thing, yeah, I've definitely noticed it. It's been kind of crazy, going from having almost zero media attention to a camera following you around all day is kind of been, it's been cool, but, I definitely noticed it. Hard to miss it.
Okay, here on the right.
Dan Wolken from USA Today. I'd like all three to comment on this, but when you're at the ACC tournament on Tuesday, you haven't had the season you wanted to have. I mean, does it really enter your mind that you could go on a run like this, or are you just kind of looking at, one game, trying to stay alive? How do you mentally process that when you're, down to that literal last chance to do something?
Let's start with DJ Horne and then go down the table.
Yeah, I just feel like we came into that tournament with new life. We knew that it was a new season basically for us to go in there and make something happen. And just looking back over our whole season, we knew that we were a good team, and a lot of the teams that we had in our path to get to where we wanted to get to, we battled with a lot of those teams, so we knew that we could compete and win those games.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. We went into this postseason with the approach that it's a new season. Even in our meeting before we went to DC, Keats wrote on the board 0-0. He was like, every team is 0-0, and that was the mindset and the approach that we went down to DC with. And every game was its own championship. Literally, we didn't really look ahead. We never. Look past anyone, even 3-4 games in. It was until it's done, then we'll sit there and enjoy it. And that's the same approach we've had in this tournament.
And DJ.
I'd say, yeah, I thought we could do it the whole time. I mean, if you look back at the teams that we played to get to that point, Louisville, we played them and took Syracuse to some close games. We had already beaten and went to overtime with Virginia, close games for the most part against Duke. So we knew we could do it. It was just a matter of, doing the things that were necessary to get the job done. And then I think that we just kind of taken that momentum and kept it rolling.
Any other questions? Okay, we're approaching the end of this session. We'll go on the right toward the back.
Casey, following up on that, how do you think that mentality that you've had to carry since then helps now that the stakes are quite a bit bigger?
I would say just don't change. I feel like we've been in so many positions. We've been tested so many times throughout this run that, it's been easy for guys to kind of fold and, go or fall into the pressure. And it hasn't happened. And, we just, whatever teams or whatever happens, or even on the outside, we just got to kind of keep that same connection for the rest of this tournament.
Okay, the last question will go in the back in front of the TV camera.
Gary Horne with the Wolfpack Sports Network. Can each of you break down the incredible chemistry that's developed on this team over the last 7 games?
You said all three?
And explain it. Yes, sir.
Okay, DJ Burns, we'll let you lead off.
I don't know. I think it's always been there. I don't think that we treat each other differently now. Everyone else is just paying attention because we're winning. That's what winning does, though. It's always going to seem like you're a little bit closer together when you're winning. And don't get me wrong. We're still building great memories, but I don't think that too many of us I think we mixed well from the time we got together. I think by November we had a pretty good chemistry going.
Casey?
Yeah, I agree with DJ. We've been very close throughout it all, throughout the good times and the bad. And, just because, the results don't show up on the court doesn't mean we weren't close. It was just trying to figure everything out. There was a lot of new faces, a lot of new people trying to adjust to the program, to the culture, and it took time. The fact that we're finally starting to click is great, and it's great timing.
And DJ?
Yeah, I disagree with them. Coming in, I felt like from day one, the vibes were always there, on and off the court. And like DJ was saying, you win like how we've been winning anywhere. It's gonna bring anybody closer together. So I think the main thing that we'll take from this is just learning how to win and learning how hard it is to win as a team. So that after it's all said and done with us, we can kind of set the foundation and hopefully keep that here at NC State.